Okay, so we are here in Hawaii at the Rainbow Bridge community. We're inside this beautiful cabin that my friend Brandon built and I've been helping out with. And so we're now doing the cob floor of the cabin. And so I thought I'd share with you how we're doing it. So the mixture here, what's here now is just a 4-inch sub base of cob, just kind of like a pad. And then, so this mix is, it's very dense. You can see here how dense it is. Pretty much like the density of when I do a cob oven, it's like this. So this is a good solid 70% sand, 30% clay. I sifted out the clay and then added straw, chopped straw, and some horse manure, and add a little bit of camphor into it, camphor oil. I just add just a tiny bit of camphor oil, to the plaster. And that's just to help to neutralize the smell from the manure. And and I also added flour paste also to make it sticky, right? So as far as ratios goes, it's like 70% sand, 30% clay. So there's that, and then maybe about 5% straw, 5% manure, and then maybe 2%, 3% flour paste, and then just a couple little drops of the oil. And so here, I'll just kind of show you here how I'm putting it on. So first thing I want to do is just get the surface just a little bit wet, and the cob plaster will stick better to it if it's a little bit wet. And then I'll take my plaster and just dump it on there. Actually, I'll do a couple buckets at a time. All right. And so I'm pretty much just going by eye. I do use a level sum, I'll kind of feel for any rocks first. This feels good. And so then I'll just kind of start pressing it down, tapping it down. You see here how it's a pretty dense mix. It's not like a loose cob mix at all. It's pretty dense, and I like to wear gloves. Gloves just help to, I can press down on it pretty hard, and the cob doesn't stick to my hands quite as much. So I get it in this. It's going on about a 1/2 inch thick or so. Goes on about a 1/2 inch. So I get it to a point where it all feels pretty even.